If you're looking to get back to the basics from gardening, DIY, and more, well, our next guest can help. Michelle is here with details on the 2024 NWA Homesteading and Gardening Expo. Welcome.
Welcome. Thanks
Thank
for being
you.
here.
It's great to be here.
Yeah. Michelle, when we talk about homesteading, what does that mean?
That means just taking the space that you have and utilizing it for production of food.
Oh, I
interesting.
see.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be a big farm. It can be in an apartment, kitchen window, or a patio.
Right. Using your space to cultivate food,
Yes,
crops,
growing something that your family
even like
can
herbs,
Okay.
like if you're
Exactly.
growing. Okay.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that
Windowsill?
because when I'm thinking about homesteading, I'm thinking about, I need to have land and animals and of course growing my own garden, but I need all this space to do that. And you're saying I can simply do
No.
that by keeping my plants alive.
Good.
eat. Yes, you can actually incorporate edible plants into your landscape. It's just it's a shift of the way we think.
I'm so
Sure.
glad you defined that for me. I was just thinking of, life on the prairie, like the Oregon Trail. I don't know, the homesteading seems like it's such a big thing, but really it's something simple that everybody
Yeah.
can do.
Exactly.
Yeah. What can people expect at the expo? I know that it's over multiple days and there's so much happening. Walk us through what's going on this week.
Well, there's a really cool thread of celebrating our local food producers. So we have a farm to table on Thursday, and Cowboy Catering Company has sourced all of that food locally. And then there's a celebration of music, live music, Thursday night and Friday night. And that's free to anyone that wants to come. You don't even have to have a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah. Who do you think should attend this event? Anybody?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Really, we've tailored it to somebody that has some space in their backyard or even their front yard, and they want to get started. I see that question all the time. Where do I even
Right.
start?
Yeah.
So we've really tailored threads of classes, one sequentially following another, that will take somebody from building a raised bed to what do I fill it with, how do I start the seeds, and then planning their harvest.
Okay.
Sure, because I feel like all of us would love to have a little piece of something just to grow it, just to try to see what we can do. But just the mindset to your point, a shift has got to happen to where you're not thinking like I need a broad space. I can just simply start, even if I have a window off of my kitchen, to put like a box out there for
Right.
plants and things that I could grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've tried to make it really simple, but also bring in our local food producers, those that sell at farmers market and those that have market gardens and full production operations. There are some classes that will enhance and support their efforts. But really, once we come together, there are things that I learn from other people, from other
Sure.
growers. And so the efficiency of the transfer of information, education is power.
Yeah.
And we want to empower every home in our whole area to have the skills and the knowledge necessary to raise some of their own food and help actually combat food insecurity, which unfortunately Arkansas ranks number 1.
Right.
And there's no reason for that. We have the full 4 seasons. You can have multiple successions of crops. If we can just teach people how to raise a little bit of their own food, then it's comfort and it's power.
Absolutely.
Certainly.
Well said, Michelle. Give us the
Yeah.
details again on some activities that we can all attend this week.
Okay, a lot of people want a few backyard chickens. And so Thursday morning from 8 to 12 is when our event begins.
Okay.
And that 4-hour intensive is just on chickens.
Okay.
Meat, birds, eggs production. And then we kick off Friday morning with a full schedule of classes. And Saturday morning, again, starting at 8 a.m. with the pledge, a prayer from a local preacher, and the Pledge of Allegiance. And then we'll end at 5. But there are 2, there are 2 classes that are free. We're calling them our after hours classes. Friday night is for builders and developers, and we're going to bring them together. We want them to come and talk about using native plants, creating food forests,
Okay.
using edible plants in the landscape. And then Saturday is about building barn dominions.
Okay.
Anyone that's interested.
I love that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Thursday,
Okay.
Friday, Saturday. Those
Yes.
Days. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
My
Great
pleasure.
knowledge that I've learned today.
Yes.
Maybe I'll attempt to
Appreciate
plant
that.
something. I'm just terrible
You're
at
gonna
it.
be a
But
homesteader.
that's why we have events like this
Join
one to
us.
learn.
Yes.
That's right.
That's right.
We'll be